Um, so when I was in high school, in order to be in the football team, we were required to do community service. There was this sort of vet slash town where I used to live in LA, and I knew the people there pretty well, so I would go and do my community service there. Now, a lot of the times people would bring dogs, and they were sick, and we had to like take them to bed and all this stuff. And this one time, it was Sunday morning. I was there by myself, and the vet was in the back. And this guy came in, and he was bleeding from his arm. He had a dog with him, and put the dog on the floor. And he's like, "Okay, well, this dog needs help." And the dog was trying to get up and walk, but he couldn't, and the dog was crying, and it was just really crazy. And I went up to the guy, and I was trying to get the dog, and the guy's like, "Don't touch the dog. It's gonna bite you." And it bit me, so I'm like, "Okay, well, first we gotta take you to the hospital because we don't know, what the dog has." And then we call the vet, and the vet's up there, and me and him trying to grab the dog, he's not having it, he's trying to bite us and do all this stuff. So finally, the vet's like, "Okay, you're gonna have to distract it so I can tranquilize it." So I'm in front of it, waving stuff, and the dog's trying to bite me, and the vet goes in and tranks it, and he, like 5-10 minutes later, the dog goes to sleep. So we take it to the back. They did x-rays, all this testing, and it turns out that the dog had a broken hip. So at first we thought the guy that brought the dog in was the owner. So we went in to question him, and he's like, "Oh no, that's not my dog. That's my neighbor's dog." Blah blah. The neighbor beats the dog, kicks him, hits him, and in this incident, the dog was digging up the yard, and the neighbor started kicking it and broke his hip. So we had to call the cops. The cops went in, arrested the guy. The guy got charged for animal cruelty. Unfortunately, he only got a fine. He wasn't, gone. He didn't go to jail or anything. He just got fined. I believe it was like $20,000, which is still a lot, but still unfair. So today I'm going to be talking about animal cruelty and why it's wrong, how it affects humans and animals, and how to stop it. First of all, it's wrong because animals have the same rights as humans. Even though they don't play a big role in the world, they should be treated with respect and everything. According to DoSomething.com, which is the animal cruelty website, people in the circus have elephant, lions, and tigers, and they're kept in chains up to 3 hours a day since they're babies, since they're born. And this website, ASPCA.com, shows us that employees from circus come and complain because animals from the circus are either whipped, hit with a stick, poked with sharp objects, and sometimes even burned so they can learn their tricks. And this, a while back, they rescued a tiger from one of the circus, and his whole front was just burned. He couldn't grow hair anymore. He was just in really bad shape, about to die. So they went in, rescued him, and now I think he's in San Diego Zoo or something like that. A lot of people have pets, and they don't know how to deal with pets when the pets are being aggressive or angry or just wild, when they're puppies. In Louisiana, there's this guy who had bought a puppy, and puppies like to run around, bite stuff. So the guy was so mad that the puppy bit his couch. What he did is he tied him up to a rope, hooked him to the back of his truck, and drove with him in the back. So the puppy ended up dying. The guy got arrested. Louisiana, if you get charged with animal cruelty, you get up to 10 years in prison, and I think you also have to pay a fine. So the guy got 10 years in prison. He paid the fine. There's two types of animal cruelty. One is neglected. So if you neglect your dog, there's people that take dogs that don't feed them for days, don't give them water, don't take them out for a walk, don't groom them, and that's when you get the fine. And intentional, when you go ahead and you hit a dog because you feel like hitting one, it's in California you get up to 3 years in prison if you get hit a dog. And it's also bad for the community because they spend all this money just trying to stop this, and unfortunately a lot of people don't care about animals and do treat them wrong and hit them and stuff like that. And it's kind of scary because Ted Bundy, Dave Orkowitz, and Jeffrey, I can't pronounce his last name, 3 of the biggest serial killers in history, and they got tested. They all admitted that when they were younger, they were cruel to animals and ended up killing dogs and cats all the time. The FBI, FBI.com, they did some testing and they linked murders, child abuse, and serial killers to that they all, had abused or killed animals when they were younger. And it's just a lot of times they do it because they were abused themselves and they need the power. They feel that if they hit something that's smaller than them, weaker than them, that they have the power and they can kill them and do whatever they want. And it's just a feeling of power over everything. Dr. Ronald Lockwood, he's a psychologist. He did a lot of testing, and he said that a lot of times when you're younger, a lot of kids hurt animals but don't kill them just to impress their peers, like their friends and stuff. But there's some people that actually hurt them and get enjoyment out of it. They love hurting it. And that he says that's the first sign of mental disorder, like there's something wrong with their mind and they need help, and if they don't get the help they need, they could end up hurting people and killing people. Studies show that 40% of animal abusers grow up to end up hurting people, their wives, kids, child abuse, end up killing people. Sometimes a lot of people that are in jail for murder ended up killing dogs and cats when they were younger. The way we can stop them is if you have a dog or cat and you don't want it anymore, you can always take it to the pound. They'll be more than happy to take it in and give it a loving home. If you have an animal and you don't know how to take care of it, if you go to the pound or the pet shops, they have DVDs, books on how to take care of animals, how to feed them, how to walk them, how much you should feed them, because if you overfeed them, that's considered animal cruelty too. I mean, if you can't take, there's this guy, if you don't have room for an animal, don't take it in. It's just really bad for the animal. They need room. That's pretty much it. And I mean, we all need to stop this. Like, if you see anybody hurting an animal, just report it. It's not the end of the world. You can save a life. It's animals, dogs, animals. We're considered to be man's best friends, so we should be a friend back and help them out.
So Barbie, what did you think?
I liked your intro. I liked how it was personal and you connected. You had pretty good movements, and your eye contact was all right. But yeah, I think it was just nerves or something. That's okay. I think everyone gets nervous.
The time was 8 minutes 39 seconds.